Hey everyone, stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we go live, tap the bell. We go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now joining us, say hello. Right now, S&Ps are up 12. Dow's up 55, Nasdaq up a whopping 95. Actually, futures were pretty wild last night. I mean, we were up, then they dropped down to like the S&Ps dropped to 3190 area. Now it's back up to 3220 area. I mean, this is crazy. What's going on? Drew, Hank, Mason, Ivan, Lion, Tobin, Alex, Future Habits, Michael. How we doing? If you guys do me the favor, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. So, today is going to be the day the Fed gives us a little bit of guidance into the future on what wild was in March. Hank, I didn't think we were gonna get that type of volatility last couple of days. I thought volatility would dry up a little bit, but guess not. Anyways. So the Fed is going to come out today, give us some guidance. We have a press conference with Jerome Powell, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. They're expected to keep rates the same. However, they're expected to give some guidance of what some of the rates are going to be in the future. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Nobody knows what the Fed's going to say, what the Fed's going to say about the economy, what the Fed wants to do. We just kind of have all these little indicators and hints and vibes from different speakers and all that. So VIX is up past 2 days, not a lot, but normal is 12 to 15. We're at 30 yet. Yeah, yep. I agree. VIX is still, VIX is at 26. And VXX at 31. So yeah, I mean we're still high. I just thought I thought volatility would crater, but that's the stock market for you. It doesn't matter what you think or what you know. All that matters is what really happens. Yo, HT, what's going on? So that is going on for me right now this morning. I don't have a whole lot going on. I am a little bit up on my smalls position. I'm trading a futures contract. So like I said yesterday, Tastyworks came out with the small exchange, and they have in here, they have the small 75, they got the small Forex, and then the smalls precious metals. So they have these things. Small 75 makes up a 75 stocks. So I'm trading that. If you guys don't know what that is, that's what I have here. So I'm up about $70 right now on this position. Boeing probably going to get a bit hurt right now unless we get a little bit of a rebound. I was down $118 on it right now on the total position. Disney, we gave up some gains too. Disney, I'm still green on it, but NKLA, I was up a little bit on there. Now Grub, I actually bought back my 70 calls. So you guys, if you guys don't remember, so Grub, let me just kind of show you real quick. So yes, I'm down $186 on the position that I have open right now. Right now, I'm just long 2 of the 65 calls, but I did get some premium. I sold bought back. So I sold the 70 strike calls. I got a $1.85 credit. I got 2 of them. I bought them back for 45 cents. So we did make a pretty decent amount here. I made like $2.80 on that. And also going back, I did buy back some more premium. I did buy back the 75 call when I did the debit spread. I did buy back by the 75 call for 25 cents. So I made about another 80 on that. So far I've collected about $330, $340 in premium, somewhere around there, $340 in premium. So collected that, and my outstanding position right now, I got 186 loss. These are worth right now $200. So you know, it's gonna be kind of a wash. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Grub, but I've just been kind of managing that position from shorting some calls and just kind of actually holding on to my actual position. So It's been working out. It's been working out. So I haven't really lost any money on that. I'm actually up on that position, but we'll see. We'll see how time goes. Might actually close break even or around there. And what's going on, Daniel, Ring, Jeff, Eric, long time no see, Jay Harvin, Miss Manley. Yeah, let's look at work. We're gonna look at Beyond. So Beyond. Beyond, and what did Mason say? Beyond in MGM. So let's look at Beyond in MGM. So right now my P&L, I mean, it's pretty mixed. I've been actually doing pretty well lately, so I've just been kind of scaling back some risk because I don't want to get myself trapped. But Beyond Meat, and we'll talk. Man, can't believe. So yesterday I sold the Tesla credit spread. I sold it. You know, I made good profit, but geez. That's how it goes. But beyond Meat, you want to be a little bit careful here. Yes, it's broken out above 140. You know, it's at 155. I was wondering if it was going to come back, because anytime if you look at Beyond's chart, and the only reason why I know what Beyond is doing, like to get interested in some of the stocks, I actually hold shares. So in Beyond Meat, we actually hold shares. So looking at it, you know, it runs really hard on news, but it typically pulls back a little bit. So I was thinking it was going to pull back. You know, they had major news with the China expansion. You know, it's pulled back a little bit yesterday, but the market wasn't definitely not helping it out yesterday. So I was thinking it could pull back maybe to like the 145, 140 area, and then kind of move its way back up, try to create some support here, but it may want to move back up today. It's hard to say. Right where it's at right now, it's hard to say where it's going to go. I mean, I would obviously prefer to go long around the 140, 145 area for Beyond, but I don't know if it's going to give it to you. But that doesn't mean like for me, I'm just not going to trade. I'm not going to try to rush in there, try to rush into a trade and, you know, get ripped a new one. I mean, that's me. I mean, I'm watching Beyond. I want to trade Beyond. But I think that if we can come back into the 140s, I would definitely prefer to be in the 140 area than in the 150s to enter a position. Could be wrong, but it might go to 180. You know, but that's the thing. That's the thing. You know, FOMO will make you do some crazy things because you want to make money. FOMO will make you enter positions at a bad time. And I know for a fact, like this chart, like I could just look at it just because based on my experience, looking at this chart, if I entered it right now, I have a high probability of losing. So this is not a trade that I want to make until we can either build some support in this area, or, you know, because we're coming up, you know, it got rejected at 160. And if you look back in here, back in, what was this? October 2019, this was rejected area. I mean, it stopped basically at rejection area. And if rejection area right now is the 160s, I don't really want to enter at 155, 153. I'd rather enter in 140. That's just me. So, MGM's opening it up. They said they're going to be open up resorts and that whole thing. You know, it's obviously ripping up, pulled back yesterday, and it's ripping up again today. People are like, hey, are we going to get some more pullback on Tesla? And yesterday we did. Like all stocks we got pullback on. So, I mean, you really can't complain. I mean, most of them had a decent size pullback. And MGM had a nice pullback down to 21, bounced back up to 22, and now it's almost 23. So it's at 22.73 right now pre-market. So, you know, for MGM, Win, those type of stocks, I'm not shorting. Disney, I'm not shorting. Yo, Clinton, what's going on? Derek. Nick, what happens if debit spread closes in the money? Do you just receive full profit? Yeah, you'll get max profit if you're assigned the stock and then your long stock gets your long option gets exercised. Work. So Miss Manley wanted to talk about work. So if you guys are just joining and you missed out earlier, keep in mind Fed is coming out today. I just want to remind you, Fed Day, Jerome Powell speech, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, going to give guidance on rates and the future outlook of the economy. Good or bad, who knows? But just be mindful when going big. Wait till if you're normally trading with $100, cut your positions down to $25. If you're normally trading with $500, cut your position down to $100. If you're normally trading with $1,000, cut your position down to $200, $300, something like that. Be careful. Be careful. I mean, the amount of times I lost money on Fed days. That's what I'm just saying. I've lost a lot of money on Fed days. So Fed days, I typically tread lightly. And if you guys didn't know, I also, we talked about, I'm actually going to go get coronavirus antibody test today. So hopefully I got the coronas. I mean, I was telling my wife, this is the only test you ever sign up for that you want to come back positive. like this is the only one. So we'll see. But work, I do like work around here. It's at support. I do like it. I might actually I might sell some credit spreads in here. I don't know how quick it's going to jump because it ripped up to 40. What I'm looking to do, put some credit put spreads down here in the 30-31 level. If it can break 32, 33, I'll add some naked calls or debit call spread. So I think that's the game plan for me for work. But I'm also eyeing it too because it ripped up to 40 pre-earnings, came back down to support. I did lose about $325 somewhere around there on work earnings because I was selling premium and it went beyond the expected move. Premium was rich, but it went so beyond the expected move that I just went max loss. So it's all good. My risk was low, but I think that I want to sell some put spreads in here. What's premium right now? It's on the lower side, not terrible, but it's on the lower side. But let's try to wind some premium down on Slack and try to get a position here. Start building a position. Yeah, Chewy had earnings today, man. I was thinking about you this morning, Daniel. I was thinking about. So Chewy had earnings, they did well. However, the stock is currently flat. I mean, you can't ask for a better gift than selling a premium on a stock and it's flat for earnings. Like you can't do better than that. You cannot do better than that. And surprisingly, like we've done it a lot of times. Like I didn't trade Chewy. I wish I did. I was out and about yesterday. I didn't have time. And Chewy, I wanted to get in. I'm probably going to be trading Adobe and Lululemon this week for earnings. Their earnings are Thursday after market close. So, but Chewy, this is a 161% implied volatility this week, and it came in flat. They're going to suck the premium out of the calls and the puts. I mean, Daniel, congratulations. You're gonna get paid today. I'm going to ride to work. Yeah. Like, what do you think about on metals after the meeting? Yeah, I kind of want to see. I'm interested in so like looking at gold right now, Hank. The way that it's been moving is a little bit troublesome to me with the stock market because we're basically riding here around 1,700 on gold. And it's just kind of chilling, bouncing up and down, but every single dip gets bought and is basically brought into this tight range of 1,700 and 1,750. And right now it is mid-range. It wants to be here. People are buying in here. People are also selling in here around 1,750. So the question is, I think what's going to happen is it's preparing for its next leg up. I mean, this consolidation extremely healthy. However, the question is when. As options traders or futures traders, I mean, you need time to figure this out. So I think it's going to explode above 1,800 as building a really solid base here. I do not believe, in my opinion, that it's going to come down to 1,600 or 1,650 or anything like that. It's building a very strong support here, and I think that it's going to bust up through 1,800. So I don't know. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's building. It's building. it's gonna make its move, and I think it's gonna be to the upside, but I don't know when. I don't know when. Yo, Rob, what's going on? How you guys doing? If you're just joining, say what up. Hit the like button. Appreciate it. Straddle the news, Clinton. I don't think I'm gonna put a straddle on. I'm gonna probably reduce some risk here, so I'm gonna probably take off this smalls position, the small 75 position. Probably take that off. You know, we're up a bit on it now, up $90 on it. And then we're going to try to reduce some risk. Boeing right now, I am in July. I have a debit spread. I have the 235 calls, and I shorted the 250 calls. So we're down a little bit on this. Not enough for me to adjust the position or like buy back the short call or anything like that. You know, Boeing right now. Boeing right now is at 212. I mean, it's just taking a dump here. But if you're looking at it, I mean, it's to be expected. I thought maybe it'd come back to under 200. It got a bunch of upgrades. I mean, what more do you want? It ran from 150 to 230, 240 area. I mean, what more do you want? People are like, I can't believe it's selling after I bought it. It's because you chased it and it's selling off. And I'm not too concerned. I mean, I made about almost $500 on Boeing earlier this week on a debit spread. So being down $100 on this, sure, maybe I should have waited for more pullback, but you know, I bought the dip, but it wasn't this dip. It wasn't this dip. I bought the dip down in here, like 228 area. I mean, it ripped up to 234, so that's why I loaded on. So around the 228 area, I bought the 235 call debit spread, and look at that. I mean, it ripped up after hours the other day to 239. I think it's going to come back, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm only down on that position 20%, so it's not gonna kill me right now. So we'll see. Costco. Derek wants to take a look at Costco. So Costco. Just a little bit disclaimer on Costco. Anyone trading Costco, and I trade Costco a lot. One of my favorite stocks to trade. One of my more profitable stocks in 2020, and I love to trade it. However, if you look at Costco, I'm going to pull it up on Tastyworks so you can see it a little bit better. If you look at Costco, just be mindful of a wide bid ask, okay? And if let's say you're just buy a call and you hit the ask, it's going to affiliate mid price is 315, you know, 375. What you want to do is make sure, like, if the bid ask is this wide and I'm trying to buy calls, I'll underprice it. You know, I'll go 290. If mid price is 315, I'll go 290, maybe even 275. Try to get a fill, because if you just hit 375, I mean, Tastyworks is pretty good about getting you better fills, but you may actually get filled at 375 and you're already going to be down money when you place the position. So just be mindful for like new traders. You know, I know you guys are here. Be mindful of Costco wide bid ask, and some of the volume is not the best. I do like to trade it, but I'm very careful when I do trade it. I just don't enter in any position. I make sure my pricing is right, and I make sure that I'm paying attention to what price I'm getting. And it's a good stock. It moves a lot. However, it's not traded as much as some of the other stocks, you know. So that's why the bid ask is kind of wide. Volume's not great. I mean, they do have some weeks that there's great volume on it, and some weeks there's not. So just be mindful of that. And you know, if you go to the monthlies, if you're looking at the monthlies, you know, W means weekly. If there's no W here, it means monthly expirations it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better, but just be mindful. Wide bid in the ask. Okay, Luke, congrats, man. But yeah, Costco, I do like around here. I would prefer it to come a little bit lower, but I don't know if we're going to get it. However, 310, 312 area is kind of the cap. So if you're day trading this, you know, I day trade Costco a lot. When it comes down to lower 300s, you buy. When it gets up to 310, 312, you sell. Rinse and repeat. I mean, that's the. I mean, look at the chart. That's all I've been doing. When it comes down to 300, I buy. When it comes up to 310, 312 area, you sell. That's it. Rinse and repeat, and that's what's been working. And as options traders, I mean, this is why I like to trade it, is because it's predictable and it stays within a range, and you can just ping back and forth and just kind of keep making money on it. So comes back, if it comes down, I mean, obviously it's trying to grind a little bit higher. It looks like it wants to break out, but it's not. So that's why I don't want to short it. It's like, well, why don't you just short it at like 310? Why don't you just short it at 312? Because I don't know if that's the time that it's going to break out. Like I could be holding, I could be holding puts and it rips up to 330, right? I don't want to be that guy. I would rather just buy the dip on Costco versus shorting it and be on the right side of that. And that if it's the one time that it does bust through, I'm not going to get hurt, even though I close my position. So Amazon and Tesla got upgraded today. So keep in mind those are going to be moving. Tesla. I mean, I couldn't believe Amazon yesterday. I mean, it was just incredible. I mean, Amazon ripped, what was it, 75 points yesterday? Yeah, like 75 points, almost 100 points at the high there. Now it's moving even higher. Tesla as well. Tesla got upgraded as well. So, there's no really TNA you can do, technical analysis. I'm not saying anything else. TNA means, or TA, technical analysis. TNA is something else. TA. Anyways, technical analysis is non-existent when we're just pushing all-time highs and it's just ripping up, right? Same with Tesla. I mean, it's just what people want to buy the stock for. It's like, well, I don't think it should be valued here. I don't think it should be this much. I don't think, like, it doesn't really matter what you think. But if somebody is willing to buy the stock at that price, then that's the price it's going to be, okay? If somebody is willing to buy the price of Tesla at $987 or $1,000 or $2,000, that's the price it's going to be. That's the price it's going to be, Rob is the spy king. Yo, Event Horizon, what's going on? Chewy right now is flat. If you are a premium seller like Daniel Ring, you're going to be making bags. Now, if you bought a call, bought a put on Chewy, you're gonna be losing. So I don't know what side you're on. Carl, Twilio, TWLO. So Twilio, I think, did their liquidity get a little bit better or no? And open interest, not that great. Bid ask wide. I mean, why don't people? I wish more people traded Twilio, Costco, and Shopify because liquidity is an issue. These stocks move amazingly. However, it makes it hard when nobody trades it. Nobody trades it. I mean, it's awful. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, I do like the range. It is holding up here in the 190s. It's at 195 right now. It's crazy to think that these major dips, I mean, it dips from 197 down to 180, gets bought up, and is trying to push a 200 again. So, like I said, it's holding really well. Oh, we're getting a little bit of drop action here. Dow just went red actually. It's down 27 now. Was up what at the beginning of the stream was up like 90. So anyways, CMG gonna dump Ariana. I'm not gonna sing. I mean, there's a lot of talented people that are in the stream that can sing and are talented musically, but for me, that is not where my talents are. That is not where my talents are. Okay. Same with Chipotle. I wish more people traded Chipotle too. Not liquid at all. However, I mean, it moves a ton. So it doesn't really look like it's gonna dump. I mean, I think it may come down to 1,000, Hank, but which would be a nice move. It came down to 1,000, but it's like holding. It's tight. It's getting tight. It's either gonna move to the upside or the downside. I know that sounds dumb when people say that. It's like, oh, it's gonna move to the upside or the downside. It's like, well, that's like right now I literally see it's like a 50% chance. Like it's literally 50-50. You're right in the line. You're like, well, that's great. And that's great insight, Nick. That's great insight. But literally, I don't know. I mean, it could literally, being mid-range here, it could really rip to 1,100 or come down to 1,000. I don't see it selling off to like 900 though. But right now, it's 50-50. Get some opportunity to be making hits like mad. I think people would probably throw up. I mean, I think it would be funny. People would probably laugh. But there's some things on the internet I don't want floating out there. It's gonna move up or down. Yeah, I'm starting to sound like Jim Cramer, Luke. Yeah, it's gonna move up or down. Okay. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Jim. I've been holding a few cloud companies. Yeah, I mean, Datadog. I mean, I don't know, guys. I feel like we're on this next tech run is gonna be enormous and extremely overvalued. But that doesn't really mean anything when we're trying to trade options right now. But I mean, Datadog, like I know a lot of people here are trading Datadog. I do like this chart way better. Like if I was going to compare, like if I was going to enter a chart, whether it's Chipotle or Datadog, I'd definitely prefer this type of chart because it's slowly grinding higher here. I would prefer to get long and buy the dips on this stock, on Datadog. Plus, it's a cloud company, so if it comes back down to the lower 70s, I mean that's definitely a buy. You just have to, if you load up, like for me, if I load up around the 70s, I have to be able to take some heat, knowing that it could come down to 65. It could come down to 65. But that looks like it's going to hold. 70 looks like it wants to hold. 65 looks like it wants to hold. So you got some backstops here to save you from. But the question is, when is this gap going to be filled? As we know as traders, all gaps are filled. So is the gap going to be filled this year, this month, this week, 5 years from now? We don't know. But we do know eventually this gap will be filled. IBM. Yeah, let's talk about IBM. Need the UVH theme song. I've been thinking about it. So I was actually thinking about making an intro for my videos, but I don't know. It's like, do you just want to get straight to the video? When you watch a video, let me know. Or do you want the intro? I mean, we can definitely make some hype music here. The problem is I gotta make my own. I gotta make my own, or find somebody to make it for me because copyright, and I have to own that. I can't just use any song. YouTube is super strict on copyright, and they'll come for me if I play somebody else's song. On Twitch, however, if you live stream on Twitch, I noticed that they let you do whatever you want on there. It's like the Wild West. You can stream whatever song that you want. You could do whatever you want. They don't do anything to them. It's crazy. It's crazy. People are always asking him how he nails the tops and bottoms. IBM. So IBM. Now, this is just personal preference for me. Yes, IBM moves a lot, but personal preference for me, IBM is a disgustingly slow mover for me. And I don't know why. But I do like that it's holding above the 200-day. It's chilling. It's literally sitting on the 200-day right now, just riding the line on the 200-day. It's not a bad thing to buy the dips when it's touching the 200-day like this. I mean, it did dip below the 200-day yesterday, but got saved and now is above the 200-day. So, I mean, it looks like it wants to come up here. However, I don't know how much juice is left in the move because all it did, I mean, yes, it came back down from 90 up to 131, but now it's just trading mid-range for the entire year. So it's back into its mid-range almost. Well, it probably got another $5-6 to go, from where it's at right now to be more mid-range. But for me, it doesn't look that interesting coming up in here when you could buy. You could trade. Well, this is coming up on it too. Wynn Resorts. How's Roku doing? Man, Roku. So Roku. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be doing this bad. Oh, it looks like the market just opened. Market just opened. Okay, so we're a little bit mixed here. Not bad. So let me look here. So we're up a little bit on the smalls position. We're down on NKLA because it dipped $5-6. However, on the position, I'm only down $16. So we did leave some profits on the table. We should have probably closed out yesterday. So now it's kind of, I wouldn't trust this pricing here. I'm definitely down on the position because they need more contracts traded. Grub is coming up. DKNG is trying to push. I mean, we need DKNG back above 40. I mean, I got the 45 calls, so we'll see. I'd like it to spike up so I can add another short call to it. So we'll see. Right now, I'm waiting. Disney, another disappointment. Disney's a disappointment. I'm still up on the position, but geez, Boeing is a disappointment too. I mean, we're doing okay. We're not doing terrible, but this is you can see. So when a stock is illiquid, you see how much this is bouncing around the P&L. It's just not liquid, and when you're trading not liquid stocks, you need to be patient. And like NKLA, volume is relatively low. Bid and ask is kind of wide, and that's why we're kind of getting a little bit of trouble here. Yeah, let's take a look at AMD. So we're not doing bad NKLA, but it needs to. We were doing better yesterday. Dropped a bit. NKLA, AMD. I mean, Thinkorswim is that's frustrating. AMD, I know some people capture this run. Now, AMD, we need it to bust through here. Sure, it went from 52 to these. I mean, this was great. People that nailed this chart down here in the 52 range, I mean, congrats. But here, we're back up a danger. I do think that it will bust through, but is it going to do it the first time, or is it gonna have a little bit of chop here? That's what I'm looking for on AMD. Are we gonna get some chop, or is something gonna happen? Oh, Dylan, they're changing that on strikes. Yeah, because I watched some gamers, Dylan. I watched some gamers on Twitch, and I'm like, man, these guys are blasting 50 Cent or Eminem or whatever song they want, and nothing happened. And you play a 20-second clip on YouTube, and they take down my video. You know what I mean? So that's why if you're gonna have music on your videos, you gotta own that. You gotta own that music. Ask DMX to make it for you. Straight to video. But yeah, AMD's running pretty hard here. But I'm gonna see what happens here up at the 58 area. I'm not exactly sure what's gonna happen here. I mean, I think it might push through, but I mean the strength, it went from 53 to 57 in 2 days. I mean, that's amazing. What's the volume on that? Well, volume was okay. Volume picked up, but not like enormous. Still under 100 million. Not great. I used to make some EDM back in the day. Are the trading bots available? Are there trading bots available? Are they effective? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. You're saying you want to buy an algo? Yeah, right now it looks like we're getting some chop. Right now SPY is chopping up a bit. Let's see here. SPY. Man, Thinkorswim is having a hard time here. SPY is green, but barely. Let's see if we can hold on to 320 area. Yeah, we're selling a little bit. People are selling. Dow's down now 64. Man, Boeing is down 8. Boeing is down 3 almost 4%. Tesla's up 47 bucks. I mean, algos are effective, I guess, depending on how they're programmed. I mean, they can either help you or hurt you, right? So, I mean, it depends on what your algo does. I mean, yeah, I mean, for the big banks and big box traders and funds, I mean, algos are great. They run the market. But it depends what you want it to do and how it reacts and how deep your pockets are. You're out of Roku? Yeah, Roku is crazy. Looking at Roku here. I mean, it had a nice run, 100 to 115 area, but this is still downtrending. Want to be careful. Maybe it'll come back down to 100. We could buy again. Yeah, DraftKings actually green right now. It's chilling. I think DraftKings. So DraftKings I think is gonna leg up. I think it's gonna push up. I mean, it looks like it's about to reverse. So I might, what I might do. Let's see, what is premiums for next week? So what I might do, DraftKings here, because I'm in July expiration now, to get some premium to kind of offset this loss. So I collected about $50 to $70 in premium already. So I'm actually down on this position 120, 130 on DraftKings. I already collected some premium. What I should do around this area, around the 40 mark, probably want to sell some, maybe for next week, sell some call spreads, put spreads, sorry. Maybe I should do something like this. Right at the 40 mark, 39 area. We'll see. I'm gonna play around with it. I mean, it's pretty rich here, so I might do that. I might do that for DraftKings here. I do like this chart here. I do think it's gonna pop up. It's had some nice consolidation around here between 38 and 40, just kind of bumping around. Let's look at Slack. Slack's pushing up. I mean, Netflix. Remember what I said yesterday? Oh yeah, I think it could get to the 440 area, and I'm like, I don't know if it can do it today. I didn't really expect it to go to like 435 yesterday. I mean, that's crazy. Today it hit 439, almost 440. Should have traded it. 2 p.m. gonna move my account huge. Roku won't go to 100. I know. I just thought maybe. Maybe. Visa? Amir? I mean, Visa at 200 just kind of chilling around here. I mean, I think it's looking for some sort of catalyst. I mean, it wants to be above 200. It looks like. However, the rate that it's moving is a lot slower right now. Volatility is dying down. You can see here, implied volatility is downtrending. So it's got room to go up, 210 area. We need another big day for financials. I wonder what financials. XLF not doing very well today. Down 1%. Down 1%. Down 1.5%. Bank of America. So financials are not doing very well. Let's see, Square's doing all right. Man, Square's at 90 now. PayPal's doing all right. But the banks are currently red. Let's see what Target's doing. Target right now, I think Target's going to push up to 125, 130. And that's my opinion, not investment advice. I mean, that's what I think. Diz has disappointed me for the last time. Yeah, Disney, I should have took my profits, and I did twice. What's the small account move today? Let's take a look. Teva, if you're looking at this, I mean, you want to be careful. It looks like it's going to hit 12. It looks like it wants to come down here. I mean, it's starting to downtrend a little bit. It's getting weak. I think that Teva could pull back to 12, maybe even 11.50. I don't know if it's going to happen today, but I think that it could pull down to this area right in here, 11.50, 11.80 area would be my target for Teva. Looks like it wants to pull back a little bit. Let's see what Snap is doing. Wow. Snapchat Incredible strength. I wouldn't short that. I wouldn't short that. Incredible strength. Yeah, I mean, Snapchat looks like you just buy the pullbacks. There's nothing to see here. Snapchat. Now, what's going on here? Is this still selling off? It's kind of holding right now. S&P's exactly flat right now. Dow's down 100, but Nasdaq up 110. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oil and gas is down. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of mixed messages here. Facebook's up, Amazon's up, Google's up, AMD's up, Tesla, Netflix are up, Nvidia's way up, Apple and Microsoft are way up. I mean, next leg up. I mean, it's just ripping. People are just piling in to Apple. People are piling into Microsoft. Facebook, I don't think. Facebook's stuck here. Facebook's currently stuck. We'll see. It looks like it wants to rip up, but this looks dangerous. This definitely looks dangerous. But if you want to play chicken, Facebook's got the setup for you. But yeah, I mean that was crazy. But right now, SPY, what's SPY doing? SPY 320 currently holding, trying to bounce back a little bit right now. We're just a few minutes into market open. So I don't know, we're down a little bit right now. Grubhub is getting smashed. Grub is getting annihilated. Oof. Look at that. 59 down to 55. I mean, Grubhub is moving really well if you guys are looking to trade something. Liquidity not great for next week. This week's doing okay. Open interest is okay. When you see something starting to rip up or down, what helps you decide if it's worth jumping in or out? It depends. I look at the 1 year chart and it depends on how close or far away it is to support and resistance. And then I'll see what risks I want to take on that position. But yeah, we got some mixed messages today. Probably should have closed out that smalls position because I was up 90. Now I'm down 100 on it. But I'm just trying to see how that thing moves. Pretty interesting. Ricardo, SNE. I mean, is this thing? Yeah, no one's trading options on this. For SNE, if you want to trade it, I mean, no one's trading options really. I mean, you could. I don't know. Well, I mean, the stock is moving. The stock is moving. You know, it wants to push highs here, but looks like we're getting a little bit of pullback today. Nasdaq is pretty strong. Nasdaq is pretty strong. You like MRVL? It's not one I typically trade. I know a lot of people that do trade it, but for me, I typically don't. But I mean, it does look like it wants to hold this like 35 area. I mean, it could dip down, but it looks like it wants to. Looks like it wants to be in this area for some reason, 34, 35. But, I mean, it already had a monster move. I mean, how much more does it have to go? I guess that's the question. I mean, for a chart like this, you don't want to short, but you have to ask yourself, is it going to, at some point in time, a stock is going to consolidate and just suck out the premium, so you want to be careful. And that's why I've kind of switched a little bit up on my style. I've been selling some more premium here because if we sit around, I can just kind of collect that premium. But if it's, man, Boeing down 12 now. Whew. Just wondering, PS5 event got leaked yesterday, tomorrow, 9 p.m. Yeah, I mean, I typically, like for me, I typically don't trade like the iPhone events. It's always like a sell the news type of event. Like a lot of people are like, oh, they're gonna have the new iPhone or they're gonna have the new blah blah blah. I typically don't trade those events. I mean, they may run prior to, but usually, from my experience, those typically end in a sell the news event. You know, and DKNG is running up. How do you find out if the stock has liquidity? I mean, if you just look at, so it looks like we're gonna have to play a little bit of defense today. So I took profits yesterday, but we're gonna play some defense now. As you can see, we're getting a little bit on the red side. Boeing is getting smashed, and the smallest position got smashed. It was up 90. Now we're down 100. So we're gonna have to fight through this. We're gonna have to do something about it. Anyways. How do I find if it has liquidity? Like, look, if you're looking at, let's just say for next week, I mean, DKNG, you just look at the volume, and this is the same. I don't know what platform you trade on, but look at the volume. I mean, this 53 volume, very terrible. 13 volumes, awful on the put side. You know, and then the call side, there's 500 volume, 855 on the weeklies, 45 strikes. So, you know, anything, like I prefer to trade strikes that are above 500. For Costco, you know, your expectations like 300, but liquidity, you know, you really want to look at above like 500, especially like if you're a newer trader and you're not very comfortable with option pricing. You want, and that's why so many people trade SPY. Like if you look at SPY, you know, look at liquidity here. I mean, this is in the thousands, you know, and the market just opened 15 minutes ago. You know, this is in the thousands, 3,000, 2,000 on the call side. Another 1,000 for the 320 and a half, you know, almost 4,000 for the 321 calls. So that's what I mean by, you know, good volume, good liquidity, making sure people are trading that contract will definitely help you out in the long run here. Peloton got smashed. I didn't put a position on. I wanted to short Peloton. I didn't do it. And they ripped, I mean, that's the thing. They ripped up that high. It's just incredible. They ripped up. Well, good thing I didn't short it because I was going to short it around like 45. Good thing I did not short Peloton. No, that's not Thinkorswim. But if you want to look at Thinkorswim, I mean, you just go to the trade tab, and if you don't have the certain, you're looking at the volume column here. If you don't have it, you can click on layout. And then go to customize, and then you can add whatever column that you want. Like for me, I have what the net change is, what the percentage changed is, delta, theta, volume, open interest, and probability of being in the money, and what the last price was for that option. So this is kind of my setup here. However, there is a lot of different columns you can add that if you think will help you in your trading, making better decisions. But in Thinkorswim, I have the volume and open interest. And it helps me make decisions on what options, contracts to trade. So yeah, you can do it on any platform. They have it on Robinhood too, but you actually have to click on the actual strike. You actually have to click on it. You can't just view it like you can here. Like for me, I can see everything here. On Robinhood, you have to click on the strike that you want to view the volume. So anyways, looks like we're gonna have kind of a rocky day, to the upside, to the downside. We don't know, but that's to be expected on a Fed day. So I hope you guys all stay safe. I'm gonna jump off. Stay green. It's us versus herd.